Mark and Nanny lived in a quaint little house nestled in a cozy neighborhood, their lives filled with the gentle hum of daily routines and the occasional excitement of weekends spent exploring nearby parks. Everything seemed perfectly serene until the arrival of a small, seemingly innocent addition to their household, a fluffy, orange tabby cat named Marmalad. Marmalad, with her bright eyes and playful demeanor, appeared as an angelic addition to their family. But little did Mark and Nanny know, they were in for a whirlwind of chaos and hilarity with this mischievous feline. Marmalad wasted no time in making her presence known. She sauntered into their lives with the audacity of a queen, her curiosity sparking with every corner of the house she explored. But it wasn't long before her adventures took a rather precarious turn. One sunny afternoon, while Mark was busy tending to his garden and Annie lost in the pages of her latest novel, Marmalad spotted the towering tree just beyond their backyard fence. With a mischievous glint in her eye, she embarked on a daring escapade, scaling the tree with the grace and agility of a seasoned acrobat. From her lofty perch, Marmalad surveyed her kingdom, feeling the breeze ruffle her fur as she reveled in her newfound freedom. But her reign of mischief was just beginning, and Mark and Nanny were soon to discover that coaxing her down from her leafy throne would become a recurring saga in their lives. As days turned into weeks, Mark and Nanny found themselves embroiled in a battle of wills with their adventurous feline companion, Marmalad. Despite their best efforts to dissuade her, the allure of the towering tree just beyond their backyard proved irresistible to the daring tabby. Time and time again, Mark and Nanny would find themselves gazing skyward, their hearts sinking as they spotted Marmalad perched precariously on a high branch, her tail swishing with the carefree abandon of a true explorer. Each attempt to coax her down ended in frustration, with Marmalad stubbornly refusing to budge from her leafy throne. Their first call for help came on a balmy afternoon when Mark, armed with a ladder and a bag of treats, attempted to rescue their wayward cat from her arboreal escapade. But Marmalad, ever the cunning escape artist, remained one step ahead, darting higher into the branches whenever Mark drew near. With each passing day, the tree became a symbol of both Marmalad's indomitable spirit and Mark and Nanny's growing sense of defeat. They watched helplessly as their beloved cat became a fixture in the neighborhood gossip, the talk of the town, with her daring exploits and unyielding determination. But despite the frustration and the countless hours spent coaxing their wayward feline down from her lofty perch, Mark and Nanny couldn't help but admire Marmalad's unbridled enthusiasm for life. And as they gazed up at her from the safety of solid ground, they knew that no matter how many times they found themselves calling for help, they wouldn't trade their mischievous little explorer for anything in the world. With Marmalad's tree-climbing antics becoming a regular occurrence, Mark and Nanny soon realized that their mischievous feline was not content with merely exploring the great outdoors. No, Marmalad had her sights set on wreaking havoc within the confines of their cozy home, particularly in the heart of their abode, the kitchen. It started innocently enough, with Marmalad's curious nature leading her to investigate every nook and cranny of the kitchen. But her inquisitiveness quickly turned into a full-blown campaign of chaos, leaving Mark and Nanny in a constant state of culinary calamity. No sooner had Mark finished meticulously arranging the fruits and vegetables on the kitchen counter than Marmalad would appear, her whiskers twitching with mischief as she leapt onto the counter, sending apples rolling and tomatoes tumbling to the floor. Her playful antics knew no bounds as she batted at stray grapes and pounced on unsuspecting onions, leaving a trail of produce chaos in her wake. But Marmalad's kitchen escapades didn't stop there. Oh no, she had bigger plans in store. With a flick of her tail and a gleam in her eye, she set her sights on the cabinets, determined to uncover the treasures hidden within. Mark and Nanny would often return to find cupboard doors flung open, their contents scattered haphazardly across the floor as Marmalad gleefully surveyed her handiwork from atop the kitchen table. And just when they thought they had seen it all, Marmalad upped the ante, transforming their once orderly kitchen into a battlefield of culinary chaos. Pots and pans clanged as she darted between them, her whiskers twitching with delight as she sent utensils flying and lids spinning. It seemed that no matter how hard Mark and Nanny tried to maintain order, Their mischievous feline was always one step ahead, leaving chaos and confusion in her wake. But amid the kitchen calamity, Mark and Nanny couldn't help but smile at Marmalad's boundless energy and infectious enthusiasm for life. And as they surveyed the wreckage of their once tidy kitchen, they knew that no matter how many apples were sent rolling or cabinets left in disarray, they wouldn't trade their mischievous little chef for anything in the world. As Marmalad's kitchen escapades continued to keep Mark and Nanny on their toes, they soon realized that their mischievous feline had set her sights on other areas of their home. From the cozy living room to the serene bedroom, no corner was safe from Marmalad's insatiable curiosity and boundless energy. It started with innocent exploration, as Marmalade patted her way through the rooms of their house, her tail held high and her eyes gleaming with curiosity. But it wasn't long before her inquisitive nature led her down a path of destruction, leaving Mark and Annie to pick up the pieces of their once pristine home. The living room bore the brunt of Marmalade's mischief, with her sharp claws leaving their mark on the upholstery of the couch and the edges of the curtains. No piece of furniture was safe from her relentless scratching, as she honed her claws with the precision of a seasoned warrior, leaving shredded fabric and tufts of stuffing in her wake. But it wasn't just the furniture that fell victim to Marmalade's destructive tendencies. Oh no, she had a penchant for redecorating as well, her playful nature leading her to rearrange the knickknacks and trinkets that adorned the shelves and tabletops of their home. Mark and Nanny would often return to find their cherished possessions scattered about, as Marmalade gleefully batted at picture frames and sent vases crashing to the floor. And then there were the walls. Oh, the poor walls! Marmalade's insatiable urge to climb knew no bounds, and soon the once pristine paintwork was marred by a network of claw marks and scratches, a testament to her relentless quest for adventure. But despite the chaos and destruction that seemed to follow in Marmalade's wake, Mark and Nanny couldn't help but marvel at her boundless energy and infectious enthusiasm for life. And as they surveyed the wreckage of their once tidy home, they knew that no matter how many cushions were torn or walls scratched, they wouldn't trade their mischievous little decorator for anything in the world. As Mark and Nanny's daily routines continued to be punctuated by Marmalade's antics, they soon discovered that their mischievous feline had a few more surprises up her furry sleeve. From unexpected messes to impromptu games of cat and mouse, Marmalade kept her owners on their toes with her unpredictable behavior. One of Marmalade's favorite pastimes was to wait until Mark or Annie had just slipped their feet into their cozy slippers before springing into action. With a mischievous glint in her eye, she would pounce on the unsuspecting footwear, her tiny claws making quick work of the soft fabric as she gleefully shredded the slippers to pieces. But Marmalade's mischief didn't stop there. Oh no, she had a knack for finding the most unexpected places to relieve herself, much to Mark and Nanny's dismay. Whether it was the warmth of Mark's favorite sweater or the plush comfort of Annie's favorite blanket, Marmalade seemed to take great delight in turning their prized possessions into her own personal litter box. And then there were the midnight games of tag, when Marmalade's boundless energy seemed to reach its peak. With the house shrouded in darkness and Mark and Nanny fast asleep, Marmalade would embark on a whirlwind tour of the house, her tiny paws patting silently across the floorboards as she darted from room to room. But despite the chaos and the occasional frustration that Marmalade brought into their lives, Mark and Nanny couldn't help but be charmed by her playful antics and unwavering affection. And as they drifted off to sleep each night, lulled by the soft purring of their mischievous little companion, they knew that no matter what surprises the next day might bring, they wouldn't trade their beloved Marmalade for anything in the world.